At number 6, we have Modern Combat 4 Zero Hour. With Modern Combat 4, Gameloft continues to push mobile gaming to a new visual height. Gamers will chase villains through Barcelona, get embroiled in major firefights in the street of Seattle, and eventually storm an enemy compound in Antarctica. There's no sense of phasing and little gameplay variety besides the aforementioned vehicle segments, but all of the extensive weaponry at your disposal feels powerful and satisfying, especially the shotgun, which seemed to work at absurdly long distances. Like its predecessor, Modern Combat 4 features a suite of free multiplayer modes and maps powered by Gameloft Live. Local Wi-Fi multiplayer is also included. In my limited multiplayer test, the experience was fun and lag-free. Up to 12 players can duke it out across 8 modes and 8 maps. Let's get on to the next one. At number 5, we have Deer Hunter 2016. Deer Hunter 2016 utilizes a energy meter, but it's a generous one compared to most of other freemium games of this variety. The game has a variety of animals to hunt on with a variety of weapons. Levels cost 1 energy bar to attempt, and with the default of 10 energy bars, and when full, I had no problem always having enough energy during my play sessions with the game over the weekend. The Deer Hunter 2016 also rewards players with additional energy whenever they level up, which occurs often at the beginning, a free energy bar by watching an ad, and random refills during pre-designated time windows during the day. And the first full energy refill is free. Alternatively, a $5 starter pack is available that, instead of including some gold or cool assault rifle in your pack, increases the maximum energy by 2, that is from 10 to 12, and which I thought is a clever idea to give players a bit extra content every time they play the game. At number 4, we have Dead Trigger 2. A little over 4 years ago, Madfinger Games released the original Dead Trigger, a free-to-play zombie shooter, but it wasn't that perfect. But Dead Trigger made me genuinely excited about Madfinger's future projects, and so here we are with Dead Trigger 2. Dead Trigger 2 uses the same basic mechanics as its predecessor, but has addressed its one real shortfall, a lack of depth. Dead Trigger, for all of its fun, did eventually become very repetitious. The linear difficulty curve also meant that you would reach a point where you have to grind to the next weapon upgrade, got so long and become so necessary that it didn't feel so much like the game wanted to take your money, as it didn't have any more content to give you. I really enjoyed this game. It has a wide variety of weapons, new updates and levels, and a decent storyline. At number 3, we have Dead Effect 2. Throughout the first couple of missions, you will be gradually introduced to the various mechanics of the game and the HUD. At first, I found the default position of the fire and reload buttons to be in the way of my movement, but that could be because of my big hand. You can rearrange the HUD however you see fit via the options menu, and the game controls are fine overall. You can even choose where to place the action button for activating elevators, which is nice. Dead Effect is fully voiced, which is both a good and a bad thing. It's good in that it creates more immersive environment, which is already a bloody, dark, and foreboding atmosphere, but bad in that the acting is not very good. Both of the player characters sound strained, and the ship AI sounds cheesy, and Wagner, who's helping you throughout the game, sounds like a very bad Schwarzenegger. Let's get on to the next game. At number 2, we have Modern Combat 5 Blackout. Lock and load for the next intense chapter of this blockbuster first-person shooter franchise, as Modern Combat 5 Blackout brings the action back with new European locations and decimating graphics. Fast-paced story missions with various challenges taking place from Tokyo to Venice, and for an added challenge, test your skills at the new Spec Ops missions. 4 customizable classes, Assault, Heavy, Recon, or Sniper, can be leveled up across single and multiplayer gameplay. Find the playstyle that suits you and activate the class-specific skills by earning and spending skill points. Intuitive, highly customizable controls so you can play it just the way you want. This is one of the best FPS games I love, and I personally recommend to every Android gamers. Let's get on to the next one. And at number 1 and the best first-person shooter Android game, we have Nova 3 Freedom Edition. Near Orbit Vanguard Alliance, or Nova 3, is the third installment in the popular first-person shooter game by Gameloft. Following the never-ending trials and tribulations of Cole Warden, Nova 3 continues the story as Warden is yet again recalled into action, and this time to the ruins of San Francisco to aid an old friend. From there you will travel to several more planets in a derelict ship and even the home planet of Voltrites. I will save the spoilers for those of you that care about the story. The graphics are impressive and the storyline is good. It's fully free to play and a must play game.